Hey everyone, and welcome to BMX News, a weekly live BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, if I cough, I'm sorry, just getting over being sick, but we do this live every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're in here doing it. 13 people in the chat right now. Hello everyone. Shout out to Jeff Mead and Caleb Oni and DFLJ, and I don't know how to minimize this. There we go. Minimize the poll. There is a poll in the chat from Caleb currently. Who else? Kevin Jackson is in here. The Karinsky fam from Tucson, Arizona. Shout out to Park Tool. Love it. Wade O BMX. Wade O. Is that the Wade O that bought the Alienation Vice Grip brakes that I saw on Instagram? What's up, JR Hobbs? Rex BMX. Hello. So, here we are for a monumental week in BMX where X Games has finally added a women's BMX medal event. Now, what I mean by medal event is that it is an actual event where women compete to win an X Games medal. Now, it might sound weird that I bring that up specifically, but if you are brushed up on the history of women's BMX and the and X Games, not the Olympics, they just immediately added women's BMX, but X Games, there was a demo in 2004. I think I saw Nina's comment say that. And now here we are, 2024, women's BMX park at the Ventura X Games that's going down. I think it's California. I think that's where Ventura is. I'm excited. June 28th through 30th. And let's just go through what the Bloom has written up here on the write-up about it. So it's true. Women's BMX Park, if medal event will be at X Games Ventura. And there was the last demo, I think, was 2018. Let's read what Xander Lingelbach Pierce from Bike Mag wrote. In the past couple years, barriers have been shattered on the women's side of freeride mountain biking. Just last month, women competed in crankwork slope style for the first time. Excitingly, the sport of BMX is following suit. Starting at X Games Ventura on June 27th through 30th, women will compete in BMX Park. I'm not sure who this is a quote from below that, but let's see. X Games as an event has not always shown up for our female athletes in the way they deserve. Guglielmino told me this year, with the incredible support from our partners and our new ownership group, X Games has a new owner and we're seeing big changes already. That's good. We're proud to introduce two new women's events. The second new women's event for Ventura 2024 is Women's Skateboard Vert Best Trick. Just so everybody knows too, I do a Q&A at the end of these now. So if you have any questions, leave them in the chat and I'll scroll to the top and go back through all the questions as we go. So yeah, they did a post over on the Instagram page, collab with Hannah Roberts. Women's BMX, women's BMX, women's. We heard you after 20 years.
Hello?
Join us in Ventura for the first ever Women's BMX Park event. It's time. X Games Ventura 2024. Pretty cool. So you can go to the Bloom BMX and read all of this if you like. And I think it's really awesome that this is finally happening. And in tandem with this, we also have Women's Street added to FIS Montpellier. So that's really awesome as well. And it's actually happening before X Games. So here's the write-up on that. Solid week for women's BMX. First, the news about X Game, and now we have Women's Street to look forward at FIS Montpellier in May. May 8th through 12th is the festival. Street contest is the 12th, and there's the times for it. And if you want to register and go to it, bada bing, bada boom, right there you go. What's this? We see the the street course, as well as the prize, purse, and a lot of information about that. So the format, heats of 6 riders, 2 runs per rider, 50-second run, best run counts. Pretty cool. So it's good. Women's BMX is progressing faster than men's BMX these days. Not mostly. I don't want to say that because that sounds wrong. But in part because they have more catching up to do in terms of events like this, where X Games hasn't had them in it for so long till now. Let's go to this post. I think that this post has Nina's comment about the demo on it. Where is it at? Is it this? No, that's not it. Where is it? This, right here. Nina. Yeah. First women's park demo in 2004 that aired on Fuel TV. That is sick. Any idea of how many women were invited to compete? I don't know. But I would imagine... Well, hold on. Let's just find out, because I bet you we can find it. X Games Ventura. Celebrating women's sports. Venue map. Stay updated. Okay, so... Oh, wait, right here. Invited athletes. Yeah, we got this. All invited park BMX park women. Here we go. 6. So we've got Paris, Laura Lessman, Angie Marino, Nini Nato, Maka Perez, and Hannah Roberts. That's cool. Detective Moore is on the case. I'm on it. So yeah, there we go. Literally, yeah, I'm on it. Alpha brain. That's funny. So that's the info, and what I mean when I say, you know, women's BMX has more to catch up is just that they are progressing so fast, and when we see where men's BMX is at, I have no doubt in my mind that women's BMX will get there, and they are rapidly progressing to that point, whereas men's BMX or just BMX in general, we could just say that, you know, when it comes to the craziest, most combos and stuff that happens out in the streets, skate parks, in contests, whatever, to take that up a level, it takes like an insane amount. Basically takes being R. Willie to take it up a notch. But women's BMX, because there's so much room to get to where the craziness is happening, they are just progressing so fast to get there, and it's going to happen. And I can't wait until we see the first events where we have women's BMX, men's BMX, whatever BMX, and everyone's competing against each other in the highest level. We have everyone on the podium at the same time because everyone is doing the craziest tricks ever. It's going to happen, and it's exciting. I just wonder when it will happen. But it will, for sure. So moving on from there, another huge thing that came out in BMX this week is Project X. So Dig BMX has been teasing this for a little while now, not giving out really any info other than the name, I think, and that it was coming soon. But Project X, let's go down. We can see it's available to rent or stream and download right now. We'll click on those in a minute to get all the info. 14 riders, 10 days, 3 countries, 1,500 miles, and 1 epic road trip. Handpicked selection of global BMX talent: Garrett Reynolds, Boyd Hilder, Simone Baracco, Felix Prangenberg, Corey Walsh, Jordan Godwin, Casey Starling, Alex Kennedy, Mickey Fleck, Joe Foley, Harrison, I never remember how to say his last name, Anthony Perrin, Anahi Valentina, and Dragon Higa? Interesting. That will take some time, but it would be rad to see that happen, says Kevin Zuba. It's true, but it will happen. So it was directed by Peter Adam, brought to you by the Cut BMX in association with Dig BMX. 1 hour and 45 minutes. Wow. So what else does it say here? Stormed their way through Europe over 10 days of nonstop chaos. From superglued shins to crazed Airbnb host, Project X takes the original BMX road trip concept and turns it up to 11. Using the blueprint created by the influential generations before us, we proudly bring you Project X, aka we're saying everything we can say to give props to props without actually putting the word props in it. And they're making it as clear as they can without blatantly saying it, that they're taking that blueprint and bringing us Project X. We hope this inspires you and helps Fuel your passion for BMX and all the good and bad that comes with it. To us, this is BMX Forever. Thank you for your support, Pato and Jay, the Cut BMX. So it was only a matter of time before someone did this, and it's awesome that has finally happened. I don't think that we can say new props yet, Joey, because I don't know that they're for sure doing more than this. Maybe they are. Maybe there's a post-credits scene in the DVD or video that we'll get to see that shows that it's happening again. But what I do know is that the more people download it, rent it, or stream it, or buy a DVD, or buy a VHS tape, apparently, or the photo book, or the t-shirt, the more people that buy these things and support it, the more likely it is to happen again. And it's awesome to see that this is finally happening. People have been talking about it forever. People said that it wouldn't take a ton to do this. I mean, BMX companies already go on road trips. So why couldn't we have multiple people from different companies go on the same road trip to all work together to promote all the companies? And I don't know that this is exactly that, but it is kind of that. And I love seeing that this is happening. I can't wait to watch it. I am excited for everyone else to give their feedback on it. If anyone has watched it yet, leave your thoughts in the comments down below of this live stream. It's really cool. Kevin says, glad I have a VCR and a spare time. Jesus. I'm glad I have a VCR and a spare, time to buy the tape. VCR and a spare VCR. Holy cow. Vlog channels ruined BMX. Actually, JR, I'm here to talk about more of that here in a second, because there's some stuff later to talk about. Yeah, I'm excited for Project X. I'm glad people took the initiative, made it happen. Let's see how much it costs to stream it. So it's $7 to rent, $10 to buy it. $10. That's it. That's not bad at all. $7 to rent it, which, I mean, if you're gonna rent it, you might as well just buy it. It's friggin' $3 more. What about the DVD and VHS tape? How much are those? Digital download, $10. VHS tape pre-order, $25. DVD is $20. That's how much it costs to buy a movie at Walmart or wherever you buy movies these days, if you even do buy DVDs anymore. Photo book is $25. T-shirt is $29. Like, totally reasonable price. Everybody go buy this stuff. For real. $10 is nothing for all the work and quality of the video. Exactly. And you might, if you're going to spend 10, you might as well spend 20 to get the DVD and actually have it physically. And I hope that the DVD comes with like a free digital download of it so that you can like not have to open it, or you, if you don't want to or don't have a DVD player, which probably a lot of people don't, you could just, download it digitally or watch it online somehow. So yeah, this is really awesome, and I can't wait to hear feedback on it. Girl math. You know what, JR? It is girl math, and I don't care. If you're going to spend 20, you might as well spend 25 and get the VHS tape. No, you probably should just get the DVD unless you want to collect the tape. But if you're going to spend $20, you might as well spend 25 more and get the photo booth. And if you're going to spend 25 more, you might as well spend 29 more and get a shirt. Because why not? I love those videos with girl math. Well, if you bought something and the money's already out of your account, then too good. So moving on from there, the last thing I wanted to highlight this week is that the Alienation Vice Grip brakes are now available. I've been talking about them on my channel for literally years now. I've been riding them for literally years now, at least samples of them. The finished version is here, available, and anyone can buy them. I have a video on my channel. It's also linked in the description after this news stream goes live. And you can check out everything to do with them. I talk about all of it. The price point on these is $125. Yes, I realize that sounds like a lot, but the material is something that in a CNC'd form does not exist in BMX right now. They have bearings in them. They come with these clear pads with the low profile nut on there. And they come with literally any accessory you could need to make sure they work with whatever setup you have, as well as on the front. So there's a reason why they cost what they do. Are they sold out already? I hope not. God, I hope not. Let me go Pure Cycles. Let's check. Black is in stock. Silver says unavailable. I'm not sure why. Black is available. Brakes are sick. Jeff Mead has Jeff Mead has 2 pairs, I'm pretty sure, already. And there's some people getting theirs. I think Wade Up is in the chat, and he also has some that just arrived. He got the silver one, so I'm not sure what's up with that. So yeah, Vice Grip brakes available now. Stoked. Next, we get into the videos and not the ads. Get out of here. Get into the videos from this week. First up, Davey Osgood, big ledge guy. Davey Osgood is one of the most underrated riders in all of BMX. He can literally do anything. He'll put brakes on and learn how to do ice pick stall to opposite ice pick stall on a sub out of a quarter in a week. He'll do ice to 270 lawnmower in 5 tries, and then he'll go in 3 a huge stair set, do some crazy feeble to G-turn insanity. Late again, but he's here. Noah McBride, the scene is not dead. Might be time to retire the 34R. It might be time to just put those on a shelf before they get clapped out, because those are collector's items at this point. Davey Osgood, super underrated. Next, Nathan Seeley, no plan, good plan. Putting work in street spots in Australia. And I love the first sentence of the caption or description here. OG Brisbane street rider Nathan Seeley and I have been filming over the last year or so, heading out after work on the weekend to find the crustiest spots there is to offer. So when you watch this, you could definitely be fooled into thinking that this is an East Coast video from the US, for real. Do the Vice grips have clearance for 2.5 tires with a slam short chainstay? I would have to double check on that. I don't have a 2.5 tire, but what I can tell you is that on my frame, the widest part where your tire usually goes is aligned with the tubing of my seat stay. So there. Noah, yes, I talked about Project X already. Quite good length. So yeah, Nathan Seeley, watch it. Feels like a East Coast USA video, but it's in Australia. Then we've got Garrett Reynolds and Lewis Mills fiending in Sydney up on Calvin Kosovich's YouTube channel. And so this is where I was going to talk about the vlog stuff, because there was a time in BMX that anybody who uploaded on YouTube, BMX wise, talking to a camera or whatever, that wasn't just like an edit, was shunned. There were pros who made YouTube channels and felt like they had to hide it because people, I'm not going to say any more than people, would give them shit for it and kind of make fun of them or think certain ways about it. And literally when Adam LZ got added to Stranger, it was the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of a lot of other things that were going on. But right after that, pretty much the entire Stranger team quit. And I'm not saying that it was because of Adam, but it was part of it for sure. And so there was a time in BMX where it was way looked down on. Remember how much crap Scotty would get in the beginning? Actually, no. I didn't know that Scotty got crap. I thought people like celebrated when Scotty made a YouTube channel. I had no idea he got crap for it. We're not still doing that. I mean, maybe we are still doing that. But what I think is unfortunate about this thing, I've been saying it for years, is that BMX missed an opportunity in YouTube to not have to worry about to make money from Google and not have to worry about making as much money from the BMX industry. And we're seeing the effects of that right now, in that people are now getting more and more and more onto the YouTube train. And we see Calvin Kosovich uploading behind the scenes from a trip to Australia with some fiending guys. And I just think that it's unfortunate that it's taken this long for people in BMX to realize that you don't have to vlog to be on YouTube and make money from Google. You can take footage that you already had filmed for a project and put the behind the scenes of it up on YouTube and make money. And that's what every single company has figured out they can do by making the edit version of a video, then the raw cut of it. The raw cut gets just as many, if not more, views than the edit. It has no music to it that can be copyrighted, so they can make more money off of it, or make money in general off of it, because it doesn't have any copyright worries. And then they get to sustain themselves better through something that is not the BMX industry. If BMX as a whole could stop being so stupid about things and take a step back and realize that you don't have to vlog to be on YouTube, and you can do anything you want with it. You can do the behind the scenes of a fiending trip. Grant Castelluzzo has been uploading old footage that never made it into projects and some behind the scenes and raw stuff on his YouTube channel. If we realize that we could just do that in YouTube's heyday, where all you had to do was upload pretty much and you were going to get some traction, BMX and people could have had much more opportunity to grow their pages and rely less on paychecks from BMX. And now that we're in this period where BMX industry and sales have just tanked completely, it's possible that these people who would have been on YouTube would have developed followings that watched for whatever they were making, and they wouldn't be doing as bad, because they could be still supplementing and offsetting things with Google versus the BMX industry, which now is struggling a lot, and it's hard to pay people in BMX right now. Let's see, need to make more DVDs. All we got to do is get brands to make the DVD player, then they're making money. I love your satire there, Noah. Why are you kids so obsessed with YouTube? Learn to weld, plebs. Have fun at work, Radkeys rods. Like, literally, we're talking about people who ride BMX professionally, and just talking about ways that they could keep riding BMX professionally without having to worry about going to work. Because if you think Garrett Reynolds should go get a job and still try to be Garrett Reynolds, well, then you're completely out of touch with anything. Look at professional sports players, and I'm going to be doing a podcast on this soon. This is definitely going over 30 minutes. And a custom painter. We got a welder in the chat. And a custom painter who needs their whip done. No one, because I'm going to block you for being ignorant. I'm not actually going to do that. That was a joke. But what I'm saying is, there's an opportunity here, and everyone's talking about how bad BMX is doing. And I'm just saying that the opportunity at its greatest point was kind of missed, and BMX maybe wouldn't be, obviously YouTube and Google aren't going to save where BMX is at right now, but it might just make it a little easier for somebody to pay their bills, or whatever the situation might be. I do ride, I don't work, I have fun. My shop, I don't care what Reynolds does, bro. Well, then why are you worrying about why do you care if people are so obsessed with YouTube? Your priorities seem out of whack, man. Preach it. I tried to get my crew to make a channel for years before I decided to do it on my own. What Huckstad said, Brant Moore spitting bars of education this morning. I just think it's so stupid how BMX as a whole will just hate on something that can help it. And it just makes no sense to me. If Garrett can't do it, then no one else can, so you should care. Plus the exposure that YouTube gives BMX, there's other ways to get loot than YouTube. Yeah, but YouTube opens up doors for BMX riders. Like, I'm just saying, there was a missed opportunity. And now that it's like, I wouldn't say it's too late, but it's way harder to make things happen on YouTube right now. Everybody's figuring out that, oh, we could try to figure out how to make money off of not the industry, not having to worry about as much people buying parts or bikes or frames or whatever, because less people are buying those things right now, and get money from somewhere else to sustain ourselves. That's my whole point. He's not saying it's the only way to do it. Exactly. People that I ride with don't even something YouTube, and that's totally fine. Like, but what we're seeing is that people are finally figuring out that you don't have to vlog to be on YouTube. It can be whatever you want. And if you want to talk about the Olympics and park BMX being so overly exposed to the world and whatever, and thinking that people are going to see that and think that that's all BMX is. Well, what if Calvin Kosovich uploads a behind the scenes of Garrett Reynolds and Lewis Mills doing the best and most progressive street riding in all of BMX on YouTube, and some kids find that after seeing the Olympics? What if? Because they're busy welding. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you want to work your life away, then that's totally fine. And maybe you didn't have the potential to make it in BMX anyways. I don't want to YouTube because of how gnarly the handrails I do and what I'm doing on a BMX. BMX ain't ready to stream with that. I'm going to get in early and start a BMX OnlyFans. That's funny. The Keystone crew, shout out to the PA boys. Prime example of a crew doing it for the heart of it, to give the exposure of the community. And there's so many ways. Wish more bike companies were on TikTok. They allow 30-minute videos now. I think there's a lot of companies on there. Honestly, TikTok's just hard to get into and post on, I feel like. I just can't get myself to stay committed to it. But the whole point is that maybe we should not collectively shun and make things taboo and hate on things before we fully assess the good that they can do for things. And it comes up to YouTube or just not ride. Yeah, what I said went right over his head. No, you're just ignoring what I'm saying. I get it. You don't have to be on YouTube. Nobody has to be on YouTube. No one who rides has to go on YouTube and be a YouTube person and post on there. You can go and do whatever you have to do. I'm just saying that it's possible to offset some of your life expenses if you're a professional BMX rider or filmer or company by having a YouTube channel and doing whatever the hell you want with it. And if you're too naive or stuck in the sand to accept that as a possibility, then you're not understanding at all. When there's no Google, I'll still be here. Probably not. Because if there's no Google, well, then there's probably no us. As much as I agree with the exposure part, I don't think it's smart to be beholden to the Google overlord. Like, it's nice to have the supplement, but money should be endemic to the scene mainly. See, that's the problem with people. That's the problem with the perception of it. There is no money endemically. So we need to find it from somewhere else. How do you think football makes as much money as football does? Because there's outside interest. Football is so big because they do enough to bring in all these people that also get sponsors on board to bring in the money. Yeah, ticket sales and all of that are great, but these football players wouldn't be making millions and millions of dollars just based off ticket sales and merch sales. I'm not saying you're literally an idiot. I'm going to say it. I don't like to talk to people who watch stuff like that, but if you can't open your mind to accept the possibilities of anything else being potentially possible, then I can't get through to you. Never idea to have a trade to rack up the supplemental also. Yeah, that's fine. Literally, you can do whatever you need to make money in life. I'm just saying that this is possible. And if you don't want to, if either you or Noah don't want to accept that, well, then that sucks. And whatever, then you weren't meant to do it anyway. I'm late, but what's BMX? Look, dude, you should just be born rich and just do everything for the love of it. on the side to subsidize the income. Plus, it motivates you. See, people get it. There's no one here trying to say, you have to do this. Go weld. Go weld to make your money. I'm just saying this is possible. That's it. So we're going to move on from here to a video that I did with Trevor Watring and Jake Calhoun. It was a power hour at Ray's. These two both absolutely kill it. They're amazing. And this is a prime example of how the good of some YouTube, prime example of the good that some YouTube stuff can do for people, because without my YouTube channel and without me making videos, these guys weren't going to do this power hour on their own. They weren't going to film it on their own, but I'm sitting there thinking, I have a platform on YouTube. Jake Calhoun is an amazing up and coming rider who not a ton of people probably know about. And Trevor is just an absolute legend in Ohio already. And I have this platform. Maybe I could do a video with them so other people could see it and figure out that they exist. Because BMX as a whole, the gods of BMX who choose the only people who can be popular, according to everyone who says you have to either go weld or get a trade job, BMX chooses who can live off of BMX. And BMX is not going to choose Jake Calhoun and Trevor on its own. So I made this video with them so that people could see who they are, so that they could throw down and do some stuff, and they threw down. BMX needs outside money. By itself, BMX is just a small pool that will eventually dry up. It won't totally dry up, but it could get less and less if people don't, if the number of people who are buying BMX parts does not grow, then BMX isn't going to grow. And even then it would have to grow exponentially for there to be enough money to do more cool stuff in BMX. There's just not enough money and not enough people buying BMX parts and bikes for all this amazing stuff to happen in BMX. It's just not there. So it has to come from somewhere. And if you're so core that you're like, we can't do that, well, then you're effectively saying that BMX can just fizzle out and die, because without outside money, it's just not going to happen. Imagine this. I work a blue collar job and have a YouTube channel. I have a part-time job and have a YouTube channel. Guess what? My part-time job is also YouTube. Jake lives a town over from me, and that makes me happy, says Jeff Mead. Jake's a shredder. Watch this video. Trevor and Jake both absolutely kill it. What's this? Primo, Fool's Vacation. Maddie Lagoide and Zeno Lehman from Primo. Look, another example of a BMX company posting on YouTube. Weird. The dude who's, what's his face? Where'd he go? Radke's Rods, you should probably just never watch a BMX video on YouTube ever again with your perspective on it. Boom. Everyone is good at something. I'm not wasting my time working some job I hate when I could do something I love. Exactly. If you love to weld, if you love to fix cars, if you love to knit and you make stuff and people buy it, well, there you go. Then you could do that. But why should anyone have to do something they hate to survive when there's other possibilities out there they could be doing if they make it happen? And it's that simple. And if you're the kind of person who says you should have the job that you hate to make your life, or to sustain your life, instead of figuring out a way to do what you love to sustain your life and make that happen, well, then you suck. So moving on. This video is what it is. You can watch it. I don't remember what happened in it. I clicked through it. There's a lot of street riding. And oh yeah, it's a vacation. There's some fun stuff in there. They had fun and it looked like they had fun. I'm going to YouTube starting right now. Just do whatever you love, man. Find what you love and figure out how to make money from it. It's that simple. STRTLF. I think that means street life. I is feeling it. It's a crew. I don't know where they're from, but it features all of these riders, and the videos are starting to get longer at this point. 8:12. So if you want to watch this, check it out. I hadn't heard of them before. Excuse me. So watch it. And let me know if you figure out where it's actually filmed at. JR says, I love the production qualities of the videos I've been coming out with recently. Not only are they bangers insane, but the filming and editing is on point. Well, there you go. Next, behind the scenes on Dennis Enderson's Raven video. This is a video on Chad Curley's YouTube channel. Yet another BMX pro who has realized that if you make videos and put them out there, people are going to watch them, and you could make stuff happen even easier from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dennis Enderson was making videos on YouTube. Chad Curley now. All these people make videos on YouTube, and they're going to make money from it, and then they don't have to worry as much about making money other places. Or they can make more money and live better. It's awesome. I have a spam phone call coming in. Ignore. I want a 24-hour live stream of Jeff Mead. Next, Culture 3, a BMX road trip. Bunch of guys jumping in the Jones Soda rig, going to the Organized Crime Jam in Vegas, all the way to Woodward in Tahoe. Preston Oker, Pat Frayne, Brendan Tombaugh, Richard Poor Homie Rich Hernandez. I love how his whole entire name is there. Billy Harry. Boom, there it is. Circling back to YouTube, Brant's channel is 80% of why Huck wanted to ride a bike. I love to hear that. Billy Perry. Boom. Devin Smiley. Guest appearance from Max Fu. James, Contreras. High Desert. Trevor Siglock, Matt Clausen, and Eddie Cuella. This is a fun one. Joseph Mednikoff. Medimit Rays. Savage rider. This dude was like flip whipping stuff 5 minutes into his session. It was awesome. Whether it shows, I'm going to read more of this after this. I got to get through the rest of this stuff before we get into more rants. This was a fun video too. All black and white, and just these guys having a good time. It's a fun one to watch for sure. Then we get into the actual like full-length stuff from this week. We've got Bush Heavy Boys DVD with the Bush Heavy Boys, NASCAR monster trucks, and ride-on lawnmowers. This crew right here. Boom. All these fellas. 35 minutes of loose as hell biking. Enjoy. Then we've got the raw cut of Hard Yards 2 from Colony. 50 minutes of everything that went down. Love it. The 22-minute version of this was amazing. So check out everything here for the behind the scenes and just everything that wasn't in the edit version. Next, Lux BMX, how to bar spin with Will Green, getting into the interview type stuff from this week. Quick 2-minute video, how to bar spin. If you want to learn how to bar or you want to improve your bar spins, whatever, there's a video for it. Then we've got this week's Factory Friday, talking more about the Mad Dog frames and looking at the colors and the stickers and just a ton of awesome info in this one. Then we've got an interview with Dr. Ashley W., because I'm not butchering that name, about concussions. So this is really cool, and I love that the Bloom took initiative to just talk about something that I feel like is probably not talked about enough. One, because who wants to think about concussions, even though we should, and we should know all of the information about them and hitting your head and traumatic brain injuries and all of that, just through what we've seen with Scotty and Aiken and all these people who've hit their head and had to, their life has been completely changed because of it. Conversations like this one cannot happen enough. So watch it, listen to it, learn, and educate your friends, because there are way too many people out there who get knocked out, get a concussion, and then are riding the next day, next week, next couple weeks, and not taking the time off to heal their brain the way they should. And if they hit their head again, who knows what could happen. Vorobek. Thanks, Noah. I appreciate it. Then we've got Canode Nose with Ryan Chadwick. This one is almost 4 hours long. And I think that Ryan was the original first guest. Yeah. So he is episode 100. Check it out if you want to. And his shirt says bagels. So we're going to keep this up. I'm going to scroll up through the chat and we're going to get to the Q&A part. Let's go through here. And if you have any questions, ask them. And while you guys are asking some questions, I'm going to pull up the Time BMX app real quick and see if there's any events that are popped up this week for this month that we should know about. So let's see. We're at April 11th through 12th. There's a jam in Australia. Ramp Fest in Australia. The USA BMX Freestyle National Series Round 1 is in Tucson, Arizona this weekend. Dirty Fest 2 this weekend in Temecula, California. The Great Northwest Nationals in Oregon is this weekend. Wow, there's so many events in here. SD Biking 4th Anniversary this weekend in San Diego. Another one in Australia. BMX Racing. Lone Star Nationals in Houston next weekend. Wow, that's a lot. Let me click Freestyle just so we can kind of get more catered to us. I'm going to click on one, see if anything comes up for it. Wow, look at this. This is on Time BMX, the app. You could download it and make a profile and see the events near you and give them feedback, whatever. There's events, locations to ride. My nose itches. And it's just a cool community there. You can post videos on your personal page. Check it out. That's really cool. So let's get to the questions. Well, first of all, we got to address the poll. Let's see. Caleb Oni asks, Chinese or sushi? They are literally tied right now at 41% each, and throwing up, which would be my choice because I don't like either of them, is at 19%. Vote on that and we'll see where it's at the end. Let's see. Question for later. Which two of the three could you live without on your bike? Brakes, pegs, or coasters? So I can only pick one. I'm picking brakes because I could do way more brake. Damn. Would I pick brakes or would I pick pegs? Because ice picks. Would I want to do brake tricks? Yeah, I like brakes. I'm picking brakes before I pick. It'd be brakes, then pegs, coasters last. I could live without a coaster if I had to. I could live without brakes if I absolutely had, or pegs if I had to, but I'm keeping the brakes. Let's see, what other questions we got? What is your favorite trick to do and least favorite trick to do in your bag of tricks? I absolutely hate quarter pipe 540s. Hate them with a burning passion. They suck, they hurt, but I can do them. Favorite trick to do? Good foofanu or a good foof or a good 5-tap maybe? 270 over lawnmower ice on the spine. Favorite trick to do. There it is. Let's see. Rex says, I don't think Oppo 180s will ever feel comfy. Feel that. And Caleb is asking so many questions today. Thank you, Caleb. Do you think the scenery / spot type affects how hype or sick the clip / trick is, or does the trick itself just always speak for itself? I think that if you took the exact same setup and threw it in the streets or threw it in the skate park, it's going to look probably more appealing in the streets than it might at a skate park. Personally, I don't care either way, but I just think, a street setup, whatever it might be, I don't know, just something about it. And then if you find a perfect quarter pipe setup in the streets, it might just be the find of it. And I don't know. I don't know what it would be. But I think at a certain level, the trick outshines the spot. If the spot is just a normal thing and you do some crazy trick that no one's ever done before on it, I think that might outshine the scenery. Yeah, J.R. Hobbs said, however, a banger will always be a banger. There we go. We already answered how many women were invited. 6. Let's see. Any more questions in here? I'm just scrolling through. Are they sold out already? I don't think the brakes are sold out. We already addressed that, but the brakes are here, everyone. Let's get in. BMXers realized it sucks just eating peanut butter sandwiches and desired to suck it up and make money. That's funny. Robbie, if you're reading this, make a cult DVD player. I want my effing royalties, says Noah. Too funny. Any more questions here? Scrolling through the whole YouTube shit show. Let's see. Still looking. Member chat. Chad Wendy's commercial. What does that mean? All right, so Joseph Mednikoff, I said something about it earlier, but he said whether it's shows, contests, YouTube, any outlet to make money in BMX should be encouraged. More time on the bike equals very good. That's what I'm saying. There's obviously, everyone has their own line. So can we just understand and accept that everyone has their own line in the sand for something? And when it comes to making money, everyone has what they're willing to do and where they're not willing to go for it. And if you try to think that your perspective of where your line is should apply to anyone else, well, then you can just go away, because in any aspect of life, your opinion of anything does not mean that someone else should adhere to it. Your opinion on something does not matter to other people. And the sooner you realize that, the better, because that's just the way life is. And if you hate on someone or whatever, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to do. But it's when you act like they should adhere to your beliefs that it's wrong. You a roll-on or spray deodorant kind of guy? Hold on. Do any BMX companies not worship Satan? That's funny. A jam at the trails out here in Austin. Nice. How long did it... Oh, I didn't go far enough up yet. Beer fixes concussions. Oh, Jesus. I recently lost a friend because I told him to wear a helmet. That's so stupid. I've done my research and I remember most things. Noah, that's bad. Let's see. Jam at Best Side Trails in Austin. Did you mean East Side? How long did it take you to get sponsored? I don't know. I don't know what I would consider my first legit sponsor. BMX News is 50 minutes this week already. Wow. I'm keeping pegs. Yeah, no, I could see you keeping pegs. I can do like 4 peg tricks, but only like 3 brake tricks. That's funny. Will Brant ever do a flip? 10 million? No, 10 million's cutting my hair. Maybe if I get to 1 million subscribers, I'll do a backflip. Are you a roll-on or spray deodorant guy? What is this? Is this roll-on? I don't know, because there's no roly-poly in there. Speaking of that, I should probably put this on. My armpits stink. Oh, let's see. Will you be going to Cali to the S&M warehouse this year? I would love to. We just gotta plan it out and make it happen. I honestly do not think Adam 22 has that line. And some people don't have that line that we were talking about. Time behind bars, the good bars. $20 is $20. Meet me behind the Wendy's dumpster. That's funny. I just bought a welder. Oh, crap. Wait, where did I see welding? Would you rather weld or have a YouTube channel? I'd rather have a YouTube channel than weld. I can't weld. I think welding is dope. I just can't do it. And maybe if I devoted the time to it, welding is awesome. And you can make a crap ton of money welding, but it's not for me. I've made videos since I was 13, not weld. So I like having a YouTube channel. Filming is greater than style. Style is greater than scenery. Scenery is greater than trick. So are we saying the filming a not good trick is greater than a never been done trick filmed poorly? Is that what we're saying? Mountain Dew Mofo. What up, Brant? How's the trails after the flooding? I'm not going to lie to you guys. There might be some more flooding right now because there was a pond in the field that I live by when they flooded the first time. And now that pond is back with another pond. And I'm a little worried about it, to be honest. So maybe tomorrow or maybe Sunday on my way to the skate park. Caleb, come ride Worcester on Sunday. It's going to be 70. Maybe Sunday on my way there, I'll go down to the trails and see what's going on. I got me a welder. Pretty dog crap at it. If only Brant had a tutorial video to help me get better. You know what's sick? There's videos on YouTube about how to get better at welding. Weld your pegs on, Jeff. Jeff can't. He has tie pegs in a chromoly frame. Can you weld tie to chromoly? Does that work? I don't think welding different metals together works like that, right? What's your best advice for beginner? Okay, here's my best advice for a beginner BMX rider. And this is going to help everyone no matter who you are. 1, find people who are older and better than you to ride with. 2, do whatever you want on your bike, no matter what anyone else says or does. If you want to do something and it's fun for you, do that. If you find people who are older and better than you and you do whatever you want to do on your bike, you're gonna progress faster than somebody who has no one else around them riding and tries to do stuff that other people are doing, because it becomes work at that point. If you're trying to emulate someone else, maybe that's what's fun for you. But if that's what you feel like you have to do, it kind of makes it into work rather than pushing yourself to try and do something that you really want to do. And maybe that is really what you want. But if you find what you truly like and you have other people who are better than you and older than you around you, they're going to guide you. They're going to be better than you. So you're going to try and catch up to them and you're going to be doing whatever you want. Does a sump pump help anything? So it can. Hold on. I don't want to get there yet. I'm going to go on to every weld hashtag and comment that it's a crap weld and to get a job making YouTube videos now for the rest of the day. That's funny. The BMX Satan Illuminati conspiracies are the best. I've never heard those. Can somebody send me a message on Instagram and educate me? Because I have no idea what that means. If you believe hard enough, you can weld anything. Does a sump pump help anything at the trails? Unfortunately, I don't know. It's just the time of year we're at where it doesn't really make sense to pump out the water because we're not riding yet and stuff's not really dug on. So there's not fully an incentive to do it because the drainage at the trails is really good. And when water sits, it usually sits in an area that isn't where we're trying to ride. So right now, if it's flooding and it comes up over the creek bank, the creek comes up over the bank, a pump's not going to help that. But say we're a month out from a jam or 2 weeks out from a jam, like we have been in the past, and it floods, then there's situations where, we'll go get a pump and we'll pump them out because we need them to get dry as soon as possible. But at this point of the year, it's not super worth it. Hey, I'm a 53-year-old beginner. Pretty hard to find anyone older. All right, Roy, listen, my advice was for someone who's 13. If you're an older beginner, then you just got to go out and find people who are younger and better than you to ride with, and they'll help you. Alienation was a 90s cop show with bald aliens with spots. Those brakes look sick. No way. For real? Oh my God, it really was. Look, I had no idea. All right, I need to ask Zach what the origin of Alienation's name is. Thank you so much. Great advice. No problem, Charlie. I only keep positive riders around me now. It makes a big difference in my mental health and progression. That's huge too. Charlie said, love your channel. Thank you. Oh yeah, someone said something nice earlier and I missed it. I'm sorry. Let me go back and find that. Who, with a question mark, said, kudos on your channel and the others. I look forward to see what's going down. Back in the day, it was nearly impossible to get the footage we take for granted now. Can't wait for Chenga footage. I have started editing the Changa contest. I made it all the way through beginner and intermediate. And so now I'm just, every day I'm trying to get through 100 clips. There's 400 clips, so I'm hoping I can get through everything in 4 days, 4 or 5 days, and have the edit done. I mean, I'm hoping I can get a lot of it done today and tomorrow and maybe have the edit out Monday. If not, maybe Wednesday. Thanks, Charlie, for the kind words. Just sump the creek down to stream. No more floods. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't, unfortunately. The flood that we had, I think, is because of a ton of rain that was more east, and it just filled the creek up and overflowed into the trails. Thank God Chinese food is leading the poll. All right, guys, it looks like Chinese food wins. So that's that. If I had my choice, it would not have won, but it did. So, the hour-long BMX news. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. Be open-minded. Don't think that people have to be beholden to your opinions. Whatever you feel doesn't have to apply to other people, and accept that, because it doesn't. If someone wants to make a YouTube channel, they want to make a YouTube channel. If someone wants to weld, they want to weld. Who cares? But don't say that one thing has to exist or another has to exist, because we live in a world where everything exists these days. You live in Rhode Island and it's flooded everywhere here too. Yeah, it's bad right now. And it rained all day yesterday, all night last night. It's probably going to rain today. I was sick this week, so couldn't ride. Hopefully I can ride Sunday. Caleb, we'll see you there. Get in where you fit in. We're all friendly. We all try to be friendly. And for those that aren't, well, middle fingers to you, because whatever. But at the same time, it's like you need the good to have, or you need the bad to have the good. If everything is good and there's no bad, well, then what do you have? If everything is bad, well, then there's no good. So, like, you need all of it. It happens. Absolutely no tricks into grass. That's right. No tricks into grass, or you're fired from BMX. All right, everybody. I need to go make myself some lunch. I'm starving. I need to edit this week's Factory Friday. That'll go up later on the S&M YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Sunday for BMX React to Dennis Enderson's Raven video. And hopefully next week we'll have the Changa contest video edit up. And if you want some vice grip brakes, you can buy them in the description link in the description down below. Send me pictures when you get them, because I'm pumped that they're available. Women's BMX and X Games and Feast for Street. Stoked. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Have a good day, everyone.